Good afternoon, everybody. It's a real pleasure and honor for me to be here on a very important day in the life of the American Embassy in Ukraine. I am here first and most importantly to welcome the State Department's senior-most official on issues of press, public diplomacy, and exchanges, Under Secretary of State Rick Stengel, who comes to us from Washington, D.C. Rick is both a colleague and a true friend, somebody who has been watching the dramatic developments here in Ukraine since the revolution 15 months ago, and has been an important ally to me and, of course, an advisor to Secretary Kerry and President Obama as we think about how to concretely implement the American policy of supporting the Ukrainian people in their desire to build a more democratic, just European state. Rick is joined by Macon Phillips, who almost needs no introduction, and has a title that I won't remember, which is Coordinator of the Bureau of International Information Programs. But what that really means is that Macon is the most tech-savvy guy in the State Department. He is somebody with a long professional history in the area of new media and new technology. Somebody else who has watched and helped me to think about how we position ourselves here in Ukraine. But also somebody who is the perfect accompaniment to today's event, which is the opening of the new America House in Kyiv. I want to thank in particular Carrie Ann, who has gotten off to such a fantastic start in terms of developing the content that will make this America House real, which will make this facility what I, and I know Rick and the rest of our team want it to become, which is a tool for the Ukrainian people, for Ukrainian civil society, a hub driven by technology, driven by innovation, for conversations about Ukraine, about the future of this country's relationships with Europe, about the future of Ukrainian democracy, about the relationship between civil society and government at a time when reform is both the most urgent requirement, but also the highest priority of President Poroshenko and Prime Minister Yatsenyuk. But also a venue for Ukrainians to do what you have done so emphatically over the past 15 months, to define your own identity, to make your own choices about your future, to manifest the extraordinary courage that you have shown through the Maidan, through 15 months of relentless Russian aggression, starting with the invasion of Crimea and continuing through to the assaults that are happening right now as we speak around Mariupol. The United States is your friend in this process. We are highly interested in hearing from you about how we can help to empower those who are helping to build a new European Ukraine, to reach out to new generations. I've said that I'd like this America House to become a hub, not just for conversation and thinking and discussions between Americans and Ukrainians, but also a hub between Kyiv and the other major cities in Ukraine. And to have this be a showcase for the very best of American culture, American ideas, and Ukrainian culture and Ukrainian ideas. We've got a perfect example of that around you today with the photographic work of one of our Fulbright scholars, Joseph Svenicki. Joseph's work first came to my attention when he began to document what was happening on the Maidan, but you can see just from what's around you on the walls, he is a rare talent. We also have next door a collection that tells the story of the Crimean Tatars, which is especially important today, this week, on the anniversary of the tragic deportation of the Crimean Tatar people. And I hope that we can continue to use these rooms and this space for that kind of initiative to highlight what we are doing as partners with Ukraine as advocates of the new Ukraine, and as representatives of the U.S. government and an administration which is deeply committed to the principle of Ukrainian territorial integrity, Ukrainian sovereignty, and the right of the Ukrainian people, and the Ukrainian people alone, to define their future relationships.